Upon arrival in Unova's capital of Castelia City, the group went on a myriad of errands, from dealing with moody Pokémon to getting lunch to stopping a mugging and uncovering some illicit activities. The group has met up and has decided that after some discussion, they're going to meet with the governor today. I assume you all meet in the lobby, or do you want to have anything in your individual rooms before that?
I do think Wesley would talk to Griffin that night as they're going to bed about his behavior.
Oh, you're gonna scold him without me, is that right?
Yes, Arsateris, it's my turn to be the stern person. So as Arsateris and Calypso are ushered out the door, uh, due to their annoyance, I think Wesley will turn around kind of angry. Wesley
I
will be like,
wouldn't say annoyance. I'd say more just rapid fire discussion. That's the kindest way to put it.
Griffin, what? What the hell are you on about?
What do you mean?
I, sorry, it's been quite a long day, but you're back in that boat. You helped me snap out of what I did, and you seem to be treading on that exact same path. I don't, I don't understand why you're doing what you're doing, and it is annoying me, Percy. You, you just blew up at our traveling companions, our friends, so to speak, and I just can't seem to tell why. What has gotten into you?
What has gotten into me, you say? Music has gotten into me. Music that needs to be heard by everyone.
Griffin, are you sick or something? Like, you keep on talking about something has gotten into you, and, I. You aren't making much sense, Griffin.
Does music make sense?
Well, in theory, no. Usually there's a musical theory that goes along with it, and once that is followed, that's how great music is introduced into the world, but some contemporaries might think that the improv and heart of it is what makes it truly music. But no, enough about that, Griffin. You're letting this music affect how you act, correct?
Griffin lifts his arms up. Rock and muscle will be the thing of the future. I will start an organization that will expand all for everyone to hear my music.
Griffin, I don't believe I have any right to speak on someone's ambitions, but if this is,
Being the
if this is what you,
governor is the first step, but we're gonna go past the city. We're gonna we're gonna conquer every city, and Rock and Muscle will be known throughout every region. All the maps that we found, Rock and Muscle will be in those regions as well.
I see. As long as Griffin, as long as you don't let it carry you away, and if this is truly what you want to seek for, I don't believe I have any right to say that it is not a that your ambition is wrong. But please, just like you did for me on the boat, temper yourself, please. I really don't want you to hurt yourself or others. In At this point, Wesley just kind of like stops talking and kind of like he's thinking deep in thought for a second.
Well, I will
As
not be with y'all tomorrow, since my actions of today have hindered my presence. But just know, I will be working on something great. They will know my name.
Griffin, we have to meet with the governor tomorrow.
I don't want to end up like the last governor, where things went wrong. So I will probably just stay back. And who knows? I mean, I have to protect the red tops anyway.
It would be, I think, quite informal to approach the governors. Only three of our four. But if that's what you wish, I think we should talk with the others in the morning. I'm sorry for blowing up at you. I think it's best if I go to bed. As Wesley meanders off to his side of the room.
This is the penthouse. There's separate rooms.
Perfect.
There's like one master and one other room.
Perfect. Wesley goes to the guest room and falls asleep fast and soundly.
Is Griffin going to do anything, or is he just going to head to sleep?
Griffin will head to his room and just strum his guitar, just thinking of how R&M can be spread quickly throughout the towns.
Is he gonna strum himself to sleep?
I mean, he could strum himself to sleep, or he can strum himself into like a day's madness where he doesn't go to sleep, but like he's just constantly strumming like a zombie, just repeating the same chord over and over again.
Okay. If you're not going to sleep, I'm going to have to give you a level of exhaustion.
Yeah. In this moment, he's not sleeping. Everybody else, his Pokemon are sleeping, but he's not. He's not at all.
And just so people know, Griffin, because you have one level in exhaustion, you have a disadvantage to all ability checks.
I think as like we're getting up and we meet out in the hallway, Wesley would like grab Griffin and we'd all walk together to the elevator.
The elevator's in your penthouse, since it's like the top floor. It's basically, it looks like a closet door, but inside is an elevator.
Okay. I would have told Griffin probably about the elevator.
What is this BS? I ran them stairs, and there's the elevator here.
Well, that's how we arrived here first, Griffin. You didn't. It's actually quite a marvelous machine.
I'm gonna buy this hotel.
Oh, okay. We should probably meet the others downstairs. Did you? I think I heard you're strumming all night. Did you perchance sleep?
What is sleep? Is sleep music? If it's not music, then what is sleep?
Then let's just get downstairs. How about that? As Wesley will ring the bell to call the bell. Like I don't know how we decide this elevator works, but
It's just like it's a basic thing where you can just get to any other floor.
yeah, we'll go down to Arsateris in Calypso's floor.
They're on floor 3, and theirs opens up, and the elevator then opens up into a hallway with a bunch of doors lining the walls. Are Calypso and Arsaterius waiting on the elevator, or are they in their rooms?
They are in the room, or at least I am.
Do the rooms have, since this is like the top of the line hotel, the rooms do have like a bathroom and stuff, right?
Yeah. This place has indoor plumbing. Yours does too, but only Striaton has indoor plumbing.
Calypso probably, after being out on the boat, running through the city and all that, yeah, for however long, she probably, after either in last night or in the morning, probably doesn't really matter to her, like, like cleaned herself up in the tub or shower or whatever is in the room and, made herself look, presentable, knowing that they're going to the governor today.
That's not really a stat in this game, so you just do it.
Yeah.
In some other games, there's a stat called personal grooming that just basically determines how well you dress up.
For shits and giggles, let's just roll a d20, see how good she is. That is a 17. Yeah. She's looking good.
Okay. I think Wesley knows what room you're in, so Wesley can just go knock on your door and either leave Griffin unattended, where he could just go down to the lobby, or drag Griffin with him to get Arsaterius and Calypso.
I think Wesley is put off enough by Griffin to like also bring him with him to not leave him alone in the elevator with his delusions of grandeur. So I'll go over and knock on their doors and be like, hello, hello. Our, yeah, knock.
Oh, who is it?
Arsateris, it's Wesley and Griffin. I believe that we were planning to meet the governor this morning, correct?
Oh, fuck. Ah!
Did you forget?
No, I did not forget, but I was enjoying being motionless on the bed. I was asleep. I was comfortable.
Don't forget to put Nemo's barrel back on, unless you want to use one of the red tops.
Red
Nah,
top.
I didn't forget the barrel. I got the barrel. I was actually gonna go fill it up with fresh water anyways. Not like literal fresh water, but like new water, I guess. New salt
Yeah.
water. I was gonna do that. Oh, I was comfy, but I guess now I have to get up. Okay.
You got work to do.
Every day is work with this group. I mean, come on. Why are you laughing? That doesn't make it better. Yeah, we are a headache. Yeah.
At least I'm not a headache.
You're the other kind of headache. No. All right.
What does that mean?
Don't worry
Arsateris.
about it. Anyways, we'll be ready to go in a few minutes.
Wesley awkwardly stands outside the door as like he heard Arsateris' outburst.
And it's not the worst thing you've heard from me. You've heard much worse. To your face, from me.
Yes, but yeah. So he's just gonna like stand outside your door doing nothing as he hears you guys get ready.
Alright, I am now ready to go. Question is, are you two ready?
Yes.
Alright, now I'm going to make something very clear. Are you both listening to me?
Yes, Arsateris, we still have our
No.
ears.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure, because you guys have a bad habit of forgetting your ears. You leave them in your other pocket sometimes. The first one of you that decides to be a fuck knuckle is getting left in the water.
Understood, Arsateris. Understood.
Excellent. Alrighty, just had to get that out. Now it's all good vibes. Let's go.
That was much less of a confrontation than I was expecting.
It's too early in the morning to be that upset. Now, after the governor's office, oh, who knows?
Wesley like deflates as all the tension leaves his body as Arsateris steps away, and he just like, oh god, oh Arceus. How was your night, or how's your sleep, Calypso? I'm sure the bed was quite nice after the travel on the ship.
Oh,
She slept great.
It was... Yeah, I did sleep pretty good, as did Arsateris.
Yeah, he did. He got lots of sleep.
Yeah.
He didn't want to move.
I'm side eyeing y'all this entire ride. This the hard side eye. I'm just gonna be strumming and looking at y'all like y'all just
Hey,
nasty.
you're the one who pushed us out of the room. So who's really
This
the
was
blame
my
here?
room. Yes. What? No. Get out of my room.
Griffin, are you going to the governor's manor, or are you doing something else?
I'm being dragged, so I guess I have to.
Yeah, you guess you have to.
Wesley's being very intentional to like keep Griffin in his sightlines. Like he doesn't want to piss off Arsaterius anymore. He for all the like doggedness Arsaterius chases with, he respects Arsaterius and doesn't want to cause any more problems.
So Griffin is, was it dead eye looking, drumming his guitar, clothes halfway off his body, just hanging like his jacket just hanging off. His Pokemon next to him, or no, Meditite will be in the red top because he slept and then he got in the red top. I haven't put Ezio. I haven't put Ezio in there. I haven't put Fallow in there yet. So yeah, he's just like, all right, I'm here.
That doesn't look like how one should be dressed for a governor's meeting, but that's just my 2 cents. Griffin, you look rough, buddy. You gonna be alright?
I need music.
I think you need sleep.
Music is the way.
All right, you know what? You know what? Right now, anger is not my solution. I'm just gonna keep going. Let's just get there, guys. Let's just get there, get through this meeting.
Yes, Griffin's been mentioning that quite a bit since last night. I think we should not try to how to put it. Keep him mellow, I guess.
If yesterday is any indication, it's gonna be much easier said than done, but hopefully, you know what, let's just get out of here. Let's just get through this thing so we can go somewhere where he can get all this energy out of his system. There's a lot of space in the desert. We can just do it there.
Cool. So you have a vague idea of where to go from your prior experience in the city. As you guys walk, you pass by a quaint-looking garden with a tree in the center, surrounded by dual-toned, taller grass. It has a small sign that says Castelia Park.
Okay.
But eventually, you arrive at a building similar to your home thread, if you would consider that place a home yet.
Like an estate of sorts.
Yes, a manor, if you will.
Here we go. That's the word.
It's a gated area, and there are two guards standing there.
Alright, time to approach the guards, I guess. And get this over with.
They look at you inquisitively and say, reason for visitation to the governor?
We're here representing Striaton. We already reserved our visit. No, what, like 3 weeks ago, I think it was? However long it was before we freaking got on the boat.
Okay, actually, which one of you, did you all sign the letter, or did only one of you sign the letter that you sent off to the governor?
I would assume we all signed it, probably.
As we're all four governors, yeah.
The guards look you over, and they do cast a particular eye at Griffin for looking so disheveled right now. But then he says, would you mind telling me the four of your names and your starter Pokemon?
I'm Calypso, and my first partner is Quicksand, the Sandile. She says she's a little kind of not exactly sure why they're asking, but she points at Sandile as she says that.
You could roll a history check to see if you knew. It was covered during the Governor Orientation Week, basically.
History says 17.
You know it's customary for governors to introduce themselves and the Pokemon that they started with so that other people don't impersonate them.
Gotcha. Okay, if that's the case, then she probably says it, but without that suspicion if she remembers.
Yeah. You could make it so that like you didn't remember at first, but then it's like, oh yeah, no, this is protocol.
Yeah.
The guards turn to the rest of you, expecting you to follow Calypso.
Wesley, and my partner will be as he pulls Trubbish, or like he pushes Trubbish. Wyvil the Trubbish.
The guard nods and turns to Griffin and Architect.
I'm sorry, did you need me for something? Yeah, no, this is my buddy right here, Falchion. He's just chilling on my back.
Mm-hmm. Understood. And you, he says, turning to Griffin.
The magnificent Griffin. He pulls out his red top, twisting the top ever so slightly.
I'm gonna send you into a Great Barrier Reef.
You immediately pull out the ears when you see this and say, "Oh, you."
Yes, and turns it ever so slightly as Ezio appears in a majestic light.
Okay. This is interesting because you didn't bring art with you. Like, do you not consider art your starter anymore?
I consider Art my music partner, But at this point, no. Ezio would technically be my starter.
Okay. Follow-up question. Would you have said this in the letter that you sent? Because if you say that Art was your starter in the letter, uh, things might get complicated.
Yeah, I would have said that because I already planned to leave Art
Okay.
behind. So yeah.
I just wanted to make sure because things could get interesting. So the guards look at the meditate and say, and the nickname if you have one.
Ezio Auditore.
Okay. You are free to keep in. And the guards do eye you a bit weirdly as since you have that red top, but it looks like they're not going to do anything about it right now.
And I walk by them winking because I am magnificent.
Jesus
Oh no.
Christ.
Do you put Ezio back, or do you just leave him out for now?
I'll leave him out for now.
Okay. One of the guards nods at the other and says, "Okay, follow me to the waiting room." He leads you to the room on the first floor with some kind of comfortable couches, but at the same time, also like you're not meant to sit in these for very long. And he just goes and stands in the corner, and you guys have some time to prepare things if you want.
All right, so the one thing we do have to remember to bring up is the tournament, right? That's the big one.
Yeah.
And our trade agreements.
That too.
Yes, that as well.
Those are the big two. All right, gotcha.
And then, I'm trying to remember if there was anything else, but nothing comes to mind.
Oh, I have to say, we need to have a concert. R&M needs to be spread throughout this city.
Griffin,
And
Griffin,
beyond.
I don't believe now would be the best time for a concert, especially with, as I point towards where the red top is put, like, and I think it would be best if we let Calypso handle our speakings for today, as she, I believe, is best suited for the act of diplomacy.
She is. I am good for the ears.
Sure. So, and I believe we're not trying to barter for any better trade agreements. We're going to try to stay with the ones that Howard agreed with, correct? It seemed quite favorable for us.
They seemed pretty good. So let's see what they
Yeah.
have to say. Let's see what they have to say, though.
The situation has changed from when you and Governor Howard were in power. Howard didn't have the ports of New Vemitan.
That is also true.
There was an additional thing there where there would be a third party, but now there isn't.
Yeah, we'll have to bring up. Yeah, I think Wesley is in like kind of resigned. Yeah, he kind of resigns himself to waiting as he's a bit nervous about meeting with like. This seems much more bigger and important than Howard was. Well, in Howard, it was more a we were in big trouble. This is more like we're actually like we're representing people.
I mean, technically, you were first time. You just messed up bigger last time. Okay. And you wait. And you wait. And you wait. You can tell it's been close to an hour now, but finally
Jesus.
another guard comes in and says, the governor will see you now.
Oh, good lord! Finally.
And he leads you into a room with, and as soon as you open it, you see this really, really old looking guy. And he does not look like he's doing well, and he's wearing a three-piece suit, but it looks large on him for some reason, like it wasn't tailored properly. For reference, think of like a combination of Rudy Giuliani's mugshot and that one picture of Prince Charles looking like a corpse.
This guy is old.
He says, "Come, take a seat. I've heard we have much to discuss."
Are you okay, sir?
"I am fine."
Do we know what his name is?
"No, you don't."
We shuffle. I shuffle it lightly and sit down where he.
He. Do you all sit down, or do you attempt to do some kind of power play where you remain standing?
Oh, Wesley's already sitting down.
Calypso's probably gonna sit down as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down.
I'm gonna stand next to any window that I can find and strum and look out the window.
Oh my god, Griffin, buddy.
This old ass man looks at Griffin and looks at the rest of you and says, "Is your companion well? He does not look mentally stable."
I wish I knew. He's been weird ever since we got here.
"And you consider it safe to continue working with him?"
Yes. It's just a slight bout of mania from the boat. I'm pretty sure he will be fine in a few days.
Yeah, we were on a boat for a while. It messed with all of us.
Yeah.
Well then, my name is Richard, as you probably know, and I understand we are here to discuss trade, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. How do you guys want to start off this conversation? He's basically put the ball in your court by saying, like, what are we here to do?
Ask him how he feels about the trade agreement now that it's under new management. It's possible he may have wanted to tweak it before but couldn't.
Because this is the time we can rewrite a contract, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible he may wanted to tweak it before, but he was already bound by whatever agreement that he had. So see what he says about how he feels about it now. Now that there's new management.
Okay. Which one of you is going to say that?
Me, I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Well, Governor, initially we came here to discuss trade agreements. I understand you had a long-standing agreement with the Governor Howard prior to his departure.
His usurpation, as you will.
Well, okay, that's a bit disingenuous. But no, we wanted to get a sense for how you feel about that trade agreement and if there was anything you felt you could see being tweaked beforehand. I'm sure you've had a lot to think about now that he's gone.
I have to say, it is a surprise that you are going to us instead of the relations that Governor Howard had with Humalu City. He was typically closer with them than us, but I am not. I'm not complaining about a more lucrative agreement.
Do we know what they had with Castelia already?
Roll me a history check.
That is 16 plus 7, 23.
Okay. You know that, like he said, Humalau was actually that area's primary resource thing, even though it was a longer journey across the tip of Unova. And you weren't really able to get why Howard preferred to deal with Humalu over Castelia, but from what you understand, the agreement was that Castelia would port things into New Vemetown, and New Vemetown would get 10% of the trade from Striaton. Typically, things were traded between the two, like things that Castilia's ports would bring in, and lumber or crops from your territory.
Gotcha.
Well, that was before, we went and did what we did. So they wanted 10%. That's all this place gave up prior to their prior arrangement?
Well, that's what they had with the 10% of all trade in its ports is what New Town took. Uh, Castelia took a Castilia's stuff was more expensive, and based on the papers you could find, they typically took more than they gave.
10% is fine. I guess the question is, what's the ratio on what they took versus what they gave? That's what I think we really need to figure out.
Uh, what they took was they took a lot of lumber to build the buildings in Castelia, and you don't know what other lumber contracts they had, but you know that they took a lot of lumber, and they would typically basically tell shipping vessels to make a stop in New Town.
Well, that'll be made easier now that it's all one territory. Um, hmm. Well, so we can offer more than we could have before. I don't think it's insane that we ask for something a little more than whatever Howard had as an arrangement. Only question is, do we angle for something specific, or do we just ask for more in terms of volume?
This is kind of up to you guys. Like, what do you think your territory needs? Because, let's put it this way: you have an abundance of crops and lumber, but what would you need?
I already have a fishing village. Castelia is probably situated in a place where I think the major benefits of Castelia is its trade routes and other trade agreements with, especially the western part of Unova.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't believe myself personally as a player and Wesley would know much about the natural resources that they might have in Castelia, but he would know about their trade power. So I guess I would add to the conversation, like, could we, as part of our trade agreement, extend our trade routes through you?
We would be taking a cut of any trade that passed through our port. You understand, correct?
As expected, a tariff is expected from trade partners, especially for trading with through your routes and your ships.
As you second bosses and the governor starts to cough a lot, and suddenly, could each of you roll me a perception check?
Oh boy.
Is he actually about to fucking croak?
Did he take a sip from any suspicious cups?
No, he hasn't
It's a
touched
5.
anything. Okay. Hasn't touched anything. He's kind of been just leaning back in his chair, and I will mention for free that the guards have left the room.
Oh God! I
He's
got
about to
eight.
die. We're about to be framed for murder.
Oh
We
no.
are actually about to be framed for murder.
Surely the fact that we have a Pokemon that steals souls, a man that has a poison type Pokemon, and surely won't incriminate us. I rolled a 8.
Nat 20.
I rolled 17 plus 4.
Okay. Griffin and Arcitarius, both of you suddenly become aware of a presence that wasn't in this room before, and immediately a person in a black mask holding a sword that looks identical to like just a rapier basically that looks like a falchion but non-sentient. The
Oh
person just
boy.
appears out of nothing. They didn't teleport in, you can tell that much, but they just appear, and this person just is standing in front of the governor, and then just rams their sword into the governor like 6 times before any of you can do anything,
Jesus
and
Christ.
and then turns to you, and then just puts a finger up to their lips and says, "Shh." and they leave the sword in the governor's body, and then seemingly vanishes again.
What the hell?
What do you want to do?
Um.
There are no guards in this room. There's just you and the corpse.
Oh boy.
We are about to get framed for murder.
I know this is like late, but like, could I roll a retroactive perception to see if I could get any details on this guy?
You can try. Like,
Okay.
you have a split second. Like,
Yeah.
Arcetarius and Griffin noticed, and you guys noticed that they didn't teleport into this room using a Pokemon, because Griffin and Arcetarius, you remember when the Sigilith teleported those three guys out of Nuvema. And this
Right.
didn't look
Right.
anything like that.
I got a 19.
You don't pick up on much. Like, this person was dressed in black with only their eyes covered, and basically think of the Shadow Triad.
Oh joy.
Oh.
I had a feeling
fucking
that's where
duck.
you were going with this.
Fuck a duck.
Something like that. Oh my god. Oh joy.
I think Wesley scrambles for his potions.
Wesley, I don't think there's anything we can do to save him.
I think he's dead.
He died when the first one went in. It was just stabbed multiple times to make it look worse.
He's dead. He's like worse than dead.
Oh, Arceus,
So,
surely
so
we must
question.
wait.
And I will give you one thing. You catch a glimpse of something that looks familiar, but before you can really process it, the assassin is gone.
Oh no, was
Cool.
it Fern? Was it Messenger?
It would take another check when you're in a less tense scenario to.
Yeah.
If you could
I was about to say,
recognize
if he turned to us and said like Paradise sends us their guards, I was gonna scream. I think Wesley is in full blown like almost panic mode. Like he just saw someone die. His usual response is grab his potions, try to fix it.
Yeah, as soon as you
Yeah.
touch this person, like you feel their bones are paper thin. Like somehow this guy was hanging on by a shred.
So is there any way I can?
You're on the first floor. You have options. In theory, you could tell the guards that something happened. B, you could try to run.
Can I freeze the body? Freeze the body completely.
No!
Shatter it into small pieces, so there's no evidence left behind, and then get rid of the pieces later on outside the city.
I think that speed run get everyone to hate you %.
Yeah, no. Do not
But
do
no one
that.
would know. They'd be like, "What happened? Like he vanished." We would just say he vanished. He
Well, we were
disappeared.
the last one seen with him.
Yeah, but how would we do anything?
Griffin, I
He
believe
vanished.
that
We didn't do nothing.
we already have plausible deniability. None of us carry those types of swords. Yes, it looks a lot like falchion.
Arcetarius. Looking at the sword, you can tell it's. What did your short sword look like before you lost it during the carriage ride?
It looked like just like a medieval blade. It was a double-edged sword.
Did you have any personalization on it?
I did not.
But Arcetarius, you can tell somehow that this sword looks identical to the one you had before it was gone.
Oh, I found it.
We should be fine. There's nothing connecting us here. None of us use those types of swords, right? And I don't carry blades on me. I know.
You carry a scalpel.
Yes,
and
but that's
doesn't Griffin have a rapier?
yes, but that's not the sword that's plunged into his chest. We should, as long as we don't touch anything, we should be fine. And we can explain ourselves.
Okay, is that what you want to do? Like, I have a timer that is going, and if you guys don't come to a decision, something will happen.
I have no idea what we do here, guys. That guy
Yeah,
literally just
no.
came in here, killed him, and then vanished.
if we need to run, I can always have Wyvil prepare a smoke. I can always have Typhoon Wyvil prepare a smoke out of here.
I will say you could attempt another perception, but this one would take literally a nat 20 to tell how this assassin vanished.
Do you know who you're talking to, right?
You're talking to Griffin.
I know, but like Griffin has disadvantage because he's exhausted. I was gonna say, whoever rolls, I would like a camera on so I can make sure that this is an actual nat 20 for this. But if you already rolled it, I will take it.
Yeah, no, I don't have my physical dice. I'm using a sheet that I have on D&D Beyond, and
Okay, I will take it. I appreciate the screenshot. Okay,
yeah.
flip side. Somehow you can tell that this person hasn't left the room. No windows have opened. There's no other exits that would not be obvious. They want you to think they vanished, but they are still in this room.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was-
Okay.
But you don't know.
Okay. Do I have any idea where they might be with that nat
No.
20?
This was literally just to see if you could detect them still being in this room.
We know where they are not.
I have an idea. It might be a little risky
All right.
because I have both Quicksand and Dandelion with me. Since I know this guy, are there like shadows or something where this guy could be hiding theoretically?
No. You
No?
don't
Okay.
have. This is a relatively well lit room. You literally don't know how this person is hiding, but they're hiding somewhere.
Okay, then never mind. My idea won't work.
Yeah, it seems literally impossible that this person didn't just vanish, but you somehow know that they're still in this room.
Okay, is there like any paper and writing utensils laying around?
There is a ink and quill left on the table for when you guys would have set up a contract.
Okay, but is there like a lot of paper? Is there like enough where like I could like scribble down a note?
No.
Okay.
Yes, you could do that. But there's
Okay.
like one pot of ink and one quill.
But is there like a lot of paper or is it just one sheet of paper?
There's two sheets. Ideally,
Okay.
one for you to pick up and one for him to keep.
Okay, but that's all like that's all that there is in terms of writing utensils and paper in the room.
Yes. And unfortunately, that timer I talked about a little bit ago just went down. The guards suddenly burst into the room. One of them, before really saying anything, says, "We heard the governor was having an attack." What the? You're under arrest. And
Oh
a
my-
bunch of flintlock rifles are pointed at you all.
Oh joy.
I promise you, it was not us. There was something approached from the shadows and stabbed him. We don't have weapons. And
Yeah, this wasn't us. I promise. That someone else did this. Can I roll something?
You have disadvantage and -3.
Okay, is this persuasion?
It is persuasion.
Okay.
could Wesley help by bringing up the evidence that all of us still have our sword? Like the two people with visible weapons have their weapons sheathed, and Wesley and Calypso don't have weapons of the traditional. Like we keep our weapons
Yeah.
hidden.
I'll say that gives a +2, so you only have a -1, but you still have disadvantage.
Do we have any other evidence that helps us? Wait, one of the other characters. Do we have anything?
And while you guys say this, the guard says, "Come peacefully, and you'll be able to stand trial. If you resist, we take it as a sign of your guilt."
Can Wesley provide another point of evidence?
What is it?
There's no blood splatters on any of us. The weapon was used forcefully, and the body is covered in blood at the moment. And we have 0 blood on us.
Yes, but I'm gonna say no to that because it was stabbed at like a downward angle, so I don't think there would be much splatter on you guys.
Okay, make that roll, Calypso.
With disadvantage, that is going to be a 15.
The guard looks at you and says, "Likely story," and he brings out a pair of handcuffs and brings it towards Wesley, since I think Wesley would be the closest one at the moment.
Mm-hmm. He also did step forward to try to explain himself. I believe he would let himself get cuffed. He doesn't. He knows.
Okay.
He sees multiple guns pointed at him. He's like, nope, can't smoke cloud out of this one.
You could try.
I don't think
No.
that's gonna work.
Okay. Wesley is cuffed, and another guard comes and leads Wesley away. And Wesley, you are separated from Wyvil. They don't know about Typhy.
Wyvil was separated. Typhy is in her bottle. Okay.
Are any of you going to try to resist arrest?
That's a good question. Very good question.
Wesley is in the room. He hasn't been taken away yet, but he is in handcuffs, and it's up to the 3 of you. Do you attempt to resist arrest?
We don't have any way to prove that guy is still here. God damn it. We literally have no way to prove it, but he's still fucking here.
I even looked at all my Pokemon moves, seeing if I had any sound-based moves or something that can affect someone, but no.
Actually, the door is wide open at this point, so they could have gotten away at this point.
They probably have.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no guarantee they're still here.
Probably some Kecleon scale bull cape or that like bullcrap cape that they wore that makes them invisible.
Something like that, yeah, something
Still
like that.
3 million Kecleon moment.
Okay, so what do the 3 of you do?
Oh joy! I don't like this.
And if you are arrested, you will be separated from any Pokemon who are not in red tops or very small like Typhy. So all of your Pokemon, basically.
How much of the police force would you say is in here right now?
I'd say there's roughly 12 guards.
How much of their force do you think that makes up?
In the city or in the manor?
In the city.
Like maybe 5%.
Okay, that's what I thought.
This is the biggest city in Unova, and I'm gonna save that unless one of you rolls something.
Oh, let me think. Let's think.
While you're thinking, I will say I expected Wesley to get very panicky and immediately smoke bomb out.
I think he understands. He has been in this position before, and he did not smoke bomb then, so he would not smoke bomb now.
That's fair.
He understands that he can't do anything against flintlocks, and this many of them.
Wait, I just got an idea. I don't know if it's going to work, but I just hatched an idea.
What's up?
Friend.
Oh! That's an excellent thought.
Could I see if I can try and summon friend?
Okay, I have to ask a question. What are you trying to accomplish by summoning friend?
Yeah, seriously. I'm confused.
Psychic. Have friend use psychic and like disarm the guards.
Friend
So we can
does
try
not
and
know
make a-
Psychic yet. He knows Psywave, which could do it. But I will let you roll.
Okay. What do I need to roll for that?
I'm gonna say make me a Poke handling check, and this is just to see like I established on the boat. Soul had friend, or friend is innately you're not sure. Monitor, but either way, friend is monitoring your brain waves.
19. 17 plus 2.
Okay, that is enough. Friend immediately spawns and launches a wave of energy. Tell me, what do you send out into the ether that Friend picks up?
Red lights, danger. Guns, danger. Just like images, like, because we established the red light, green light method. Red light means danger. Just like the mental image of what was going on, and then just danger, like the red aura of danger.
Okay.
And like making it very urgent.
Friend pops in and immediately, like, frame one fires off a psi wave. Wesley, since you are standing near the guards, I need you to do a intelligence saving throw like the rest of them.
Will Typhy also have to make it?
I'm gonna say no because this is targeted at humans.
What's the DC?
The DC is a 17.
Nope, I fail. I rolled a natural 6.
Yeah, no, friend rolled high on the psi wave. Because psi wave is a move that doesn't have a set power and varies from use to use, I basically roll a d20 manually to see what the save will be. Wesley, you take 12 psychic damage, and some of the other guards just drop, and you have a chance to get away now. What do you do?
I'm handcuffed, aren't I?
You are handcuffed.
So I can't
But,
uncork Typhy.
You could. It would just, like, you just have disadvantage on dexterity checks. I'm not going to say it's a
That's double
dexterity
disadvantage because I'm also using my burned hands. Or on my chewed off hand, probably.
Well, that's for. Yeah, that's. I don't do double disadvantage. That seems too much. So you just have. And I'm not going to make it a check to uncork.
No. I'm gonna tell Wyval to acid spray me because to try to hit my handcuffs. I don't care if I take damage here.
Okay, roll it.
I can force him to. I can force to fail that to hit, right?
Yes, you can choose to fail a check. Like, no one typically would want to do that, but you can do it.
4 damage.
Wyval just spits up a small stream of acid, aiming right at your handcuffs, and it burns through the handcuffs, but it also hits you in the chest.
Ouch.
Good one, Wyval. Here, and I reach up. I'm gonna. Do I still have time to uncork Typhy and command her to use smoke screen?
Yes. After that, I'm gonna have you guys make checks to book it.
And since I'm closer to the group of guards than the party. I kind of want the smoke screen to more cover the guards and Wesley instead of the party.
There are 2 exits in this room. The one that the guards came through, that you originally came through, and one that the governor presumably came through before he died.
How many stories off of the ground are we?
You're on the first floor.
So we're ground level?
Yes.
Is the window open, or is...
This room doesn't have windows, but
Oh, okay.
it does have doors, and you would presume that it's probably unlocked, considering how ill the governor looked. I'm gonna actually have us roll initiative for this. We'll say initiative starts after the smoke screen goes up. You can have your Pokemon do something that'll help you get away instead of just athletics roll to run really fast.
So we can do athletics and something else?
No, you can have one thing you can do. You can either make a break for it, or you can tell your Pokemon to do something that'll help you get away.
Gotcha.
I rolled a nat 20 for initiative.
Well, guess who else got a nat 20?
Who has the higher initiative between you two?
Calypso does.
I rolled an 18.
I got an 18.
My only time I rolled a nat 20 and Calypso outspeeds me.
Okay, so the order is Calypso, Wesley, Arcetarius, and then Griffin. and then the guards. They, as a collective, did not roll well. Wesley, Typhy just put out the smoke screen. You have one thing you can do.
Oh, I'm
gonna
first.
Yeah, Calypso's first.
Oh yeah, no, Calypso. A smoke screen just went out, and you're the first to take action. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna book it.
Roll me an athletics check to see how well you want run.
All right, rolling. That's gonna be a 19.
Okay, and I'm gonna take it for the group. Like, Calypso basically just says run, and all four of you plus your Pokemon just book it in the other direction from the guards. And you manage to get a decent way away. Wesley, your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try to run up to the dead guy on the throne. Wesley's gonna try to get back this sword.
I'm not going to say that's a thing. You can just you just pull it out, and it makes a crunching noise as it comes out with blood still on the blade. I'm going to say that was a free action as you passed. What do you want to do?
I think Wesley is just gonna try to keep up with Calypso. He is slower than Calypso, like in every sense. I have like minus dex, so he's trying his best. Like he probably picked up Wyvil and is trying his best to stick with Calypso.
Okay, we'll just say you did that then. Uh, Arcetarius, you're up next. What do you want to do?
Ooh, you know what? I think I'm gonna run with them. I think at this point, they already think we're guilty. I don't feel like staying around, especially if they got guns.
I mean, they were going to give you a trial. You could attempt to prove your innocence.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know. We don't have an argument that clears our name. The only way we clear our name was if we find that fucker.
Roll me a perception to see if you can find a good exit point, since you're all running at this point.
17.
Okay. You spot a window relatively close that should make a easy place to get to a wall surrounding the manor.
All right.
You'll be there within 2 turns, roughly. Technically 3, counting the guards, but when it next loops back around to Calypso, I think. Griffin, what do you want to do?
Going to run by and have Ezio use Ice Punch on the floor to make it slippery underneath the guards.
Okay. Roll the d10.
It is not a 10. It's a 9.
Okay. A 9 isn't bad, it's just not as good as it could be. The floor does become kind of slippery, but you know that Ezio has done more impressive things in the past. But this is good. It is now the guards' turn. They've got they're gonna try and fire at you since you've been running in a straight line, but they have disadvantage because of the smoke, and if they try to get closer, the ice will mess them up. Who has an AC less than 14? They rolled a 14.
Me.
I also have one less.
Okay. They hit Calypso and Wesley.
Ouchies.
Calypso takes 10, and Wesley, you take 8.
Time to burn the city down.
3 HP, people. 3 HP.
Wait. What do you mean 3 HP? How much did you level up?
I have 3 HP left.
Were you not at full health?
Are you
I
not at full
was.
health? Yeah, what's going on?
I took 13 from Psywave. I acided myself from
Oh,
that
that's right.
before.
Oh yeah, I
That's
forgot.
right. He got hit by that. Oh, that's
Forgot
right. I
about
forgot about.
And I just got shot in the other hand or foot.
All
Oh,
right.
you
You
are.
know what? I was gonna run. You know what? I was gonna run. I was gonna fight to live another day. No. I think I might just decide that I run this city now. Suddenly, violence doesn't seem so bad.
You can
Wait, what?
try. You're going to be outnumbered very soon. You might need to regroup before you do that.
Wesley has experience in jailbreaking. He can get you out.
Okay, Calypso, it's now your turn. It's looped back to you, and you manage to reach the gate, like the wall of the manor.
Okay. We get time to get out, I guess?
Yeah, it would take a check for that. I'm going to have you roll for everyone to kind of clamber over the gate.
Is the gate locked? Can I just acid it on my
It's
turn?
it's like an iron fenced kind of gate. Like this isn't like an open and close gate. It's like a fence basically.
Oh, okay. It's a fence, not a gate.
You don't need no more acid on your turn. Like you did enough with acid.
Roll some kind of check to get everyone over the wall.
I feel like that would be more acrobatics than athletics.
You can have your Pokemon do something to make this to do it instead. Like all about creative thinking here.
Right. I mean, the only thing I can think of at least was Calypso, Dandelion with Vine Whip, but that would only be able to do so much.
Actually, roll me a Poke handling real quick.
Rolling. That is going to be a 16.
Okay. You can tell that Dandelion is looking at the gate, looking back, and kind of holding that dragon's fang that you got them. It looks like they have an idea.
All right. What's the idea, Dandelion? I give Dandelion the floor, I guess.
Okay. Dandelion looks at you and kind of nods, and then launches a twister at the gate.
Okay. Do you want me to roll that?
Yes, roll the damage.
That is going to be 20.
Okay. Dandelion kind of spins around for a second and then just launches what looks like a small tornado. Arcetarius, you can tell that it has like a dragon type energy, like these kind of bluish, purplish lightning bolts in it, and it just cuts through the gate and slams into a nearby house.
Oh.
Property
Oops.
damage!
Oh God.
You let Dandelion take the floor, and dragon
Yeah.
type moves are really powerful.
That's fair.
But you can just basically run into the city now. No need to do a check.
Okay, here's a question. In the immediate vicinity of wherever we are within the city, are there any houses or lots or whatever that seem particularly vacant? Or would I have to roll perception?
I'd say we roll a history just to kind of base what you know of the city.
That is going to be a 16.
Okay. You know that this part of the town is more wealthy because rich people tend to like being around the governor, and you can kind of pick that up from your own territory. But you know it gets more vacant the closer you get to the desert.
Okay, like houses that aren't being lived in currently.
Houses, kind of more just open space or places to hide. And I should mention, Friend has been with you this whole time and didn't teleport away. It seems like that psi wave drained them a lot.
Okay, that is completely fair. I did ask Friend to do a lot for us.
Yeah, like you asked Friend to teleport from a week's worth of travel away and then launch a very powerful psychic move.
Yeah.
Hey, credit where credit is due, friend.
At this point, I think Friend is too tired to even float, so one of you has to carry Friend.
Yeah, I got him. I got him, folks.
So this might be weird, but as we are trying to look for a place to hide, I imagine we kind of all safely made it out of the manor.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not in initiative anymore since you made it out, and right now you're just kind of running towards the north part of town.
I know Wesley noted that he did not know where to how to find his way back to the market from the underground Fight Club Bistro. Can he try to find the underground Fight Club Bistro to hide in as an option?
Oh God.
It's a possibility. I'm gonna say roll me a history check to see if you can remember exactly.
Oh my goodness, a good roll. Oh, okay. This is actually insane. I rolled a natural 16 plus my 2 intelligence. 18.
Yeah, no, you got it. The DC was a 12.
I know we aren't doing so good, but I think I know a place.
Wes, if you take us where I think you're taking us.
Wesley looks at you confused. How would you what? Just follow me and quickly. I think it'll work as Wesley sprints down the streets towards where he believes the bistro to be.
Yeah. You know you're not being subtle, and you can actually hear somehow someone has basically gotten a loud rid or something like that and is just sent into the city. Attention, Castelia City. The governor has been murdered, and the city is now on lockdown until we apprehend the criminals.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
They got too loud doing like the air raid siren.
Oh
Basically.
my God.
Most
my
terrifying noise known to man.
Okay, Wesley, you turn the corner and see the bouncer you saw yesterday just kind of looking apprehensive. And then he sees you and your group and just kind of. He looks around for a moment and then just kind of ushers you in.
Now brace yourselves. This place can be a little grueling, so to speak. Just avert your eyes if you get queasy. As Wesley will step in, and he's going to search for the man that approached him yesterday. If he's unable to find that, he will try to find like where an office might be.
The room is dark aside from the lit up area of each fight and grill. But you see that the guy who brought you here yesterday is kind of leaning on the stairs leading into the building and says, "Huh, wasn't expecting you to come back so soon."
Yes,
Is that about an offer?
I believe I'll be taking it for Yes, I might take it. I just need to consult with my compatriots here about our plans, but I do believe we want to take part of the entertainment, right? As Wesley looks back nervously at you guys as you're greeted by this gruesome sight of Pokemon battling to the death and being cooked half alive.
Not that gruesome, but okay.
No, it's like a hibachi style grill where they're still kind of where like they are like at red HP and then just being butchered into food. There's a few matches going on, but people definitely look less interested now that they've heard the alarm.
So out of character, Wesley, I'm about to say I'm going to take the job. I don't know. Are you guys okay if we deal with those consequences, or should I hold off?
I have a better idea.
What's your idea?
We find a way to get on a boat back home, and we go get some fucking troops.
I don't think we're going to be able to get out of town.
Aren't they an underground rebellion though? They didn't like the governor because the governor was doing. I thought they didn't like the governor.
The governor wasn't popular, but these people here, they're just like hedonists, kinda. I don't think they really have much political beliefs. At least that was my takeaway from it. But I'm like in character. I'm about to say yes to this guy's offer of a job. It might, out of character, it might provide us safety, and also we each kind of can fit a role here. Arthur Harris can fight for money in the fighting ring. Griffin can play entertainment.
Yeah, no. Calypso would not allow that.
Just to say, they don't do human butchery, only Pokemon.
But that's kind of my thought process. If we have to, we can work or stay here, or we can just pay them with governor money. But Wesley's kind of thinking they will protect us because they value someone of his skill, I guess. That's what I got from last session.
Listen, if we're gonna be stuck here, then we are walking. Then we're here until this city is our city. I am dropping all pretenses. We are conquerors now.
Wesley's going to turn to this guy and reach out his hand and be like, yes, sir, I'll be taking the job.
That's great. Would you all happen to do anything with that announcement just now?
Will it interrupt my job if I assure you I will do my best to work with what you guys need as a practice surgeon and biologist.
Yeah, that's fair and all, but ultimately the job offer just applied to you. And if you happen to bring your pals here in attempts to flee what you did, that would change things a little bit, but not precariously, and definitely not enough to interrupt your benefits.
Listen, buddy, if you've got a problem with me, you can just say it to my face. I'm right here.
Oh no, I'm just wondering if we're going to be putting ourselves at more risk.
I don't think they know we're here.
Well, no one knows where anyone is at this time. I believe my compatriot and I will be mainly working in the back kitchen in order to get all the important pieces. They are, let's just say they'll be my assistants throughout this all, if that's okay with you, sir.
Maybe. You see, here's the interesting thing. I'd be willing to do that, but I found I did some research into you, and I thought of something I would like much more. I'd be happy to let you work for us until the heat dies down, but instead of getting paid with money, I'd be offering you. I'd be getting something different from y'all.
What would you be getting?
I want to set up in your territory, governors.
Oh, I'm not having that conversation right now. Oh, table that.
Don't worry, we can talk about that later. He just puts out a hand and just says, so long as we have that conversation.
Hey, you help me over. Hey, you help me overthrow this place, and I will have that conversation as long as you like. But let's get there first.
Oh, so you're attempting to overthrow the whole thing.
The governor's dead. So,
The governor
I mean,
was just killed on our watch. We don't really have a choice.
I thought y'all might want to be snuck out of the city, wastelands. But if you're planning a full-on coup, we can do that too.
At this point, the only way we clear our names is if we're in charge. I don't like saying that out loud, but it's true.
But I can make sure that things don't that your coup don't make no waves.
Good.
We're gonna have you working here for a bit while the heat dies down, but you definitely need some help taking down the gods and whoever they prop up as the interim governor.
Well, yes, that would be definitely.
You know, depending on who they prop up, there is one way to solve this. Depends on who they prop up.
what do you mean?
I have an idea, but it solely depends on how they fill in the governor role. If they actually provide an interim governor who has authority.
What did you have in mind?
I want to see what Will says first before I keep talking.
Yeah. At this point, Wesley has agreed to any and all demands that this man has made, as long as we're stored, we are kept safe in this place.
That's great. We can you can stay here. We have some areas for our less socially acceptable employees. You can stay there for some time, and we can talk about y'all's jobs while you're here. He then leads you into like the shadow area, and there's actually a door here that leads further down. Y'all prefer separate rooms or one big one where you can watch each other's backs?
Wesley opens it up to the rest of y'all.
One. I guess one big room isn't the worst thing.
As long as
Yeah.
I can play my music, I don't care where I'm at.
Sure thing. We'll bring you down there. And as you step through the door, it leads to a kind of well lit hallway by like torchlights instead of the kind of gas lights everything else was lit by. And he leads you into what looks like it could have been a break room, but it has beds in it, a big table in the center, and he says, "We're fine giving up our break room while you do your oh so important work. Do y'all have any plans for how you're gonna go about this, or are you gonna wait and see how the chips lie before planning?"
I hope to just stay out of the public eye for a while, as we are we are in quite hot water. I don't know what my more hot-headed compatriots would like to do. But
I want to see who's in charge of this place. That's what I want to know first before I. Not at this place, but the interim leadership, if they are in fact proper replacements. I have an idea.
on that note, sir, I would actually, as I will be an employee here, I would like to know who I am working for.
My name's Julius. Nice to meet you.
Oh, so you're the owner of this establishment.
Owner, proprietor, specimen locator, most of the things. Only thing I don't do is cooking.
Well, it's a pleasure to be of your service, sir. As Wesley will cordially shake his hand and then prepare his, yeah, I guess.
Wonderful. We'll be talking about what y'all can do later, but as it stands, y'all have had a rough couple days. So why don't you just relax for the evening? Make this space yours.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. See y'all tomorrow. And he just kind of turns and walks away, presumably back to the main area.
Well, that happened.
This is the only place I could think of. I'm sorry for the macabre entrance, but I hope we'll be able to
Well,
make it do.
it'll work for now. Besides, I think emphasis on word think have a way out of this.
I don't know how we'll fight a whole city by ourselves, Arceteris, but if you do want to launch an attack, I will do my best to stand beside you.
Hey, I mean, we're still here because of you. And that's not even with a negative intent. We're here. We could have been in a lot worse spot.
Oh my goodness, Arceteris being nice!
Well,
um,
admittedly, what you did was more rational than what I was going to do. And it might be more rational than what I might consider doing, frankly.
I think it's best now if I take a lay down. I know friend was saving our lives, but I seem to have been in the line of fire as Wesley almost collapses onto his cot.
With our governors in a tricky predicament, I'm gonna say we're gonna leave it here for the night.